Good evening. It's currently 9 p.m. and you're listening to the 9 o'clock meltdown, showcasing favorite and up-and-coming local artists with a relaxed coffee house vibe, plus interviews, live studio performances, and more. It's all here on 91.3 KUWS Superior. Now, here's your host for the evening, Simply C.
Thanks, Forrest, and I'm in the studio with the Eli Hunter Band from KUWS. The boys were nice enough to stop by this afternoon. They're going to showcase a couple tunes for us. Take it away, guys.
Winter's come, you'd better run while you still can. Fall is gone, it's left us all alone with the wind. And all the wolves are howling now, out to be let in. And if I move too fast, well, darling, that's my sin. But I want to begin. Yeah, I want to begin. Well, you say you never felt colder in my arms, and in the same breath you say you never meant me harm. Well, you can leave me here all dressed up in my best, and go and chase your light and be just like the rest. But I wanna be your regret. Yeah, I wanna be your regret. Well, winter's come, you'd better run while you still can. And fall is gone, it's left us all alone with the winds. And all my wolves are howling now, out to be let in. And if I move too fast, well, darling, that's my sin. But I want this to end. Yeah, I want this to end.
Ha! Wonderful, wonderful song from Eli and Hunter. They're hailing from my neck of the woods, actually, Two Harbors.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome, guys. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I should be saying Simon and Garfunkel is here in the studio with me this afternoon instead.
We like to think of ourselves as more Everly Brothers.
Okay, all right. Everly Brothers.
We'll take it.
Yeah,
Simon and
all right.
I'm a fan.
We were going to do Cecilia at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And now, Eli, you're kind of the kind of main guy. Now, I met you at open mic not too long ago.
Yeah.
There, and
I was playing a little guitar down at The Amazing Grace with some friends of mine.
all right. And now, how did you meet Hunter? How did this kind of transpire?
That's a
Probably
story.
don't want to hear that story.
So we're both in choir, and I was a sophomore. He came in as a freshman. Freshman years when you start getting into chamber singers, and he was my folder partner. And I mean, I kind of knew him because it's Two Harbors and it's a small town.
You
but
know everyone.
Yeah, I was like, who is
Yeah.
this kid? You know, so we were kind of like looking at each other like, who the heck are you? Are we gonna be friends? Are we gonna hate each other? What's going on here? And we have this barbershop warm up that I had sung the year prior and immediately forgot it. I had no idea how it went, and you're supposed to do like all these notes, and everybody's got their own part. It's like 1 7 6 6 sharp, you know, this whole barbershop deal. And we start doing it, and I have no idea how it goes. I'd completely forgotten it from last year, and so I just kind of start screwing around. And Hunter doesn't know because
I was a freshman. I had no idea what was going on.
What it is, and we kind of like both lost, kind of a little bit frantic, and we look over each other, and we both go 9 at the same time. Because we had, we're supposed to sing scale degrees. We have no idea where we are, and we kind of looked at each other and went, I think we're gonna be friends. I think it's gonna work out. That's how that happened.
All right. Good story. Good story. So you guys really kind of harmonize together really, really well. And it kind of flows and bounces off of each other at certain times. And saw Hunter give you a thumbs up during one
That's
of the
because he
parts.
screwed up.
I like screwing up a lot. That's my thing.
That song is called "Song for Sarah," and I wrote it a couple of years ago. We've opened every single set like we've ever played with that song.
That's our opener.
We screw it up. We've played it for 2 years now, and without fail, one of us will mess up the lines because the lines are I want to begin. As is the first part, and then at the very end, it's I want this to end, and we will always mess those two up, and then the middle one we just kind of blank a lot on. Like they're really simple, but we just end up.
We have no idea what's going on.
Well, that's okay. You could have fooled me on that one. But it's got a really nice kind of hoppy beat to it, and the vocals just kind of smooth everything out and just kind of glide over the surface of the guitar. And now you guys are actually in a band together. I mean, obviously you're doing kind of an acoustic set for us this afternoon. Thank you. And now you have a keyboardist and a drummer with you as well.
Yeah.
He's well, we have both of our other members. I play the guitar. I'm Eli. I play the guitar. And Hunter is...
I play piano and drums.
And then we have a third guy, Dennis, who we left at home because
he doesn't actually do anything.
He's antisocial. No, we don't have all that many songs where it's the three of us harmonizing. It's mainly just Hunter and I harmonizing, and so we left him at home, and he'll play piano and drums as well.
He's probably just playing video games at home right now.
Pokemon?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, definitely. He's a huge fan. Anyway.
All right, kicking it old school then.
Oh, yeah.
All right, there you go. And now, kind of how does that work with the piano and the drums and stuff like that? I mean, obviously every band has their own version of kind of what they do, but is the piano kind of more melodic and kind of flowy,
when Dennis plays piano, he's a fan of. I'm a fan of just chords. I like to pretend like I know how to play the piano, and it's interesting. It's always fun. But Dennis actually, he's really good at piano. He can play it. He can pick up an instrument and he can play it, and it's really good.
That's why we left him at home. We felt threatened.
Yeah, he's kind of scary.
All right.
No, I will play generally rhythm parts on the guitar.
Okay.
And if Dennis is playing, he'll do like a fill thing. If we were a folk band, he would be the banjo.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just kind of running over, giving it kind of melodic shape.
Okay.
And then when Hunter's playing, we just kind of play the same thing on the piano and the guitar, just in unison, because he can't be bothered to come up with his own part.
I'm too lazy.
Which is fine by me. I think it sounds pretty cool, but we just kind of set the rhythm in stone, because when we're playing, it's all harmonies.
Right.
So it's just rhythm, and then harmonies will take care of everything else over it.
All right, sounds good. And now, did you guys kind of set out to sound like the Everly Brothers, or did that just kind of blossom into its own
Not
thing?
really. We just wanted to be different, really, was our goal. I mean...
I don't know. It's like, okay, so I write most of the songs. I mean, definitely Hunter and Dennis have, a ton of input. Everybody writes their own parts.
Okay.
But I write in a fair amount of styles, and I don't know, I just kind of started humming this song in my shower. I didn't have a guitar with me. I was like, and I don't know, I kind of ran out and I started strumming on the guitar, and then I was thinking, okay, well, it's kind of boring. One voice. Well, Hunter, and I was just like, maybe we'll add a harmony, I just started screwing around with it, and I was like, close thirds harmony, let's give it a shot.
Always nice.
That's how it worked out, and we just kind of kept it that way.
All right, sounds great. Do you guys kind of come together and write songs, or is it Eli? Is it all kind of just on you?
Well,
and then
it's
kind of like, hey, Hunter, this is what I got.
Well, Eli sits at home all day, and he writes probably 16 or 18 million songs, and then he brings me and Dennis in, and he says, I want you to play this, I want you to play piano, I want you to play drums, and then we'll come up with our own parts to show us the song.
Occasionally, I write the piano parts for him.
Again, we're really lazy.
Yeah, no, I do most of the work songwriting wise, because I mean that's always it's just my passion, well. Anyway, it's just what I do. I sit at home and I play guitar. You find me on a Friday night, I'm not out having fun. Well, I am. A different kind of fun.
Yeah, different kind of fun.
Songwriting.
There you go. All right. Everybody has their own version of fun.
Exactly.
And now, Eli, did you have any formal training behind any of this?
I had 2 guitar lessons once.
Okay.
No, I play guitar in our jazz band. He plays drums for our jazz band, and Dennis plays saxophone because he does his own thing. So I mean, I definitely have played with a lot of people. I've played. My uncle's a folk, musician. I played a bit with him.
Okay.
So I've definitely played with a lot of styles and played with a lot of professionals and like people who know what they're doing. I have not the foggiest. I've never had lessons, to be honest.
All right. Well, you still pull it off very well.
You wait till we try to play Autumn Leaves.
It's always fun.
And Hunter, how about you? Have you had any formal lessons besides choir in high school?
Well, I'm in the band. I'm in the jazz band. I used to take lessons from Tracy Williams on the piano, and my mom didn't do anything in school as far as choir and band and stuff. But my dad played the bass and he played the saxophone. All his brothers played the saxophone because they didn't have enough money for any other instruments, so they just passed the saxophone down. He was also in choir too, so yeah.
All right.
Your
there
dad
you
was
go.
in choir?
He was. He
Oh,
got
wow.
in a lot of trouble in choir.
For the people who don't know Hunter's father, he's a big, bearded, kind of scary when you first meet
Yeah,
him.
it kind of looks like he just got out of jail, but once you meet him, it's like, oh,
Harley's Angels,
he's
but
nice.
he's actually he's a big old sweetheart.
Oh, okay. All right.
Don't tell him I said that.
A big teddy bear then.
Exactly.
So he's the northern Minnesota lumberjack.
Oh,
look
yeah.
about him
Oh,
then.
yeah.
Okay. All right. The Minnesota look, as I call
exactly. Sort of.
it. All right. Sounds good. Any thoughts of following in your father's footsteps? Maybe getting a beard?
Oh, I've always wanted a 5 o'clock shadow, but I don't think I have the ability to grow a beard. Like, I shave once every 6 days maybe, and there's actually nothing. I don't need to shave.
He does it. He tells me he does it just because.
just
because he
so I
wants
can
to
say I
feel-
shaved.
He feels accomplished.
All right.
I've been known to attempt the beard occasionally, and it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
I'm a fan. He actually just shaved one
I
off
just
this morning.
shaved. I don't know why. I mean, like, this is radio. I probably should have showed up in my bathrobe, in my pajamas, and just told everyone I was in a tux. But I did shave. I'm not sure why, but I don't know. I kind of like the beard. It keeps the face warm.
Exactly.
I'm a fan of the beard.
Winter.
Winter's
There you
come.
go. Winter attire.
Oh, yeah.
Beards. Beards for men and scarves for women. I
Exactly,
guess, you know.
exactly. Nice
I
fur
wore a
coats,
scarf.
scarves.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't do scarves. That's an Eli thing.
The neck of my coat is super itchy.
Is it really?
Yeah, so
Ugh.
like if I don't, then it gets all. I don't know. At one point in my life, I swore never to wear a scarf, but then I got a nice coat, but the neck was itchy, so
Yeah.
I kind of gave in. And then
That kind of sounds like a song.
Exact-
that
yep.
should happen there.
the scarf,
The scarf song.
The
There's
scarf
so
song.
many songs about sweaters.
Sweater
Sweater
is a
song?
quality
Yeah, there's
piece
a
of
sweater
clothing you
song
read
by
about.
Weezer, and there's a new one out that's going through the radios right now, called "Sweater Weather" by The Neighborhood. And
Oh,
I'm
boy.
pumped because I like songs about sweaters. It's cool.
I think
I'm a-
SpongeBob sang about a sweater once too.
I don't
Never
wa-
mind. Sorry.
I don't
Keep
watch
going.
SpongeBob, but I believe you.
That's okay. I don't have television, so
Oh.
Do you want to
we're
do
all
an
good.
acapella rendition of that song?
No, not really. we'll move on.
Okay.
You don't want to give us a
Uh,
taste of the sweater song and or scarf song?
it'll be in the making for the next
Okay.
couple years,
Yeah.
for sure.
All right. And now you kind of gave way into another song that you guys had called Autumn Leaves. Do you want to divulge into that song a little bit?
Can we play another one first?
Sure.
Because the way we, I'm sorry. The
I'm
way
messing up your set
things
list,
are-
but that's okay.
it's totally. That will be the one after the one.
After this next
Yeah.
one.
yeah.
The way we are, we switch off kind of lead singing. Hunter does. If you come to a show that we'll play, we switch off. I'll sing lead on one. Hunter will sing lead on the next, and that's just. I mean, kind of how it is.
Yeah.
We just switch back and forth because I don't know. We're both singers. That's how we roll, and we can't sing
love
duets
singing.
for everything.
No.
So yeah, we'll definitely try to switch back and forth on these. So the first one was a duet, one of our few, and then I'm gonna take the next one, and then the next one, Autumn Leaves, is Hunter's song that we wrote together.
I wrote the piano part and all the chords and stuff, and Neela wrote the words
I
and
helped
the
you with the words.
guitar part.
You had a couple words.
Oh yeah, I'm a fan of words.
Words are
he
good
uses them
things.
daily.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There you go. Hunter and Eli here on 91.3 KUWS right here in Superior. This is the 9 o'clock Meltdown. I'm your host, Simply C. Go for it.
Do I introduce it? Yeah, sure. All right, this is a song that's gone through a lot of titles, but it ended up being called Untitled because I couldn't figure out anything that I liked. It goes like this. There's a man down the road from me who says he's not so bitter about the war. Though it took his sons from him, he says that's just what death is for. Though bullets took his family for pride and for country, he says he rather likes to be alone. There's a girl down the street from me who says she's not so angry with the sun, though every day it cheats on her by rising just the same for everyone. She says that's okay 'cause it's her door the rising sun rises for, and she swears to God that they're in love. And maybe we're all broken, or maybe we're just scared, and I don't have the answers, but at least you know I care. And maybe it's some part of us that's scattered to the wind, or maybe it's some part of us that'll never love again. There's a man inside my mirror who says he's not so tired anymore, though every night's a sleepless one and no one seems to ever keep him warm. He says he's got a little spark hidden deep within his heart, and that little spark's enough for him. There's a girl staring back at me who says she's not so lonely after all, though all she's got's an old guitar. She says that the music makes her tall. She sits and plays a tune for you, her ringing notes ringing true, and she swears her notes are all you need. And maybe we're all broken, or maybe we're just scared, and I don't have the answers, but at least you know I care. And maybe it's some part of us that's scattered to the winds, or maybe it's some part of us that'll never love again.
That was Eli and his buddy Hunter, hailing from Two Harbors. They're in the studio with me this afternoon. And now, Eli, that was a beautiful song, to say the least. How did you kind of come up with that? Is it a story? I mean, obviously, it's a story kind of within itself, but...
Jeez Louise, I have no idea. I was on a car ride down to the cities, and I just kind of had this kind of quick little melody running around in my head, and I just started... There are these people that you kind of know.
Okay.
That you know, but it's not. You're not their best friends, but you know them. You've heard of them. You heard their, what happens, their stories and such, and that song's. I enjoy playing that song because I mean it's all about the lyrics for that song. It's got probably one of my favorite lines that I've ever written. Which is the one about the girl who's not so angry with the sun. And I don't know exactly what was going through my head, and part of me wants to keep it, somewhat of kind of a mystery, because a lot of the time, you listen into a song and you have no idea what the artist is on about, but what they're talking about, and you kind of make up your own meaning. And I like that. I like having some songs where the person can kind of decide for themselves what they want to hear, what they think the song's about.
All right.
So, I don't know. That's just the way that one is, I suppose.
All right, that works. There you go. And now, you guys met in choir. Sounds like a couple of years ago, and up in Two Harbors. And was it kind of a deciding factor to?
Eli needs more water.
We're out. It's okay. I'll survive.
All right.
I'll just cough more.
That's okay. Clearing the throat is fine.
Oh yeah, always
I
nice.
did it during one of the songs. Anyway,
That's
I'm sorry. What was your question?
No, so you guys met through choir in Two Harbors. Now, was it kind of the deciding factor to start a band, or was it just kind of like, hey, you guys were hanging out one night and it was a random jam session?
Well, we started out in a band with a couple of other of our friends, Claire, Lane, a bunch of other people, and I was the drummer, Eli was the guitarist, and after everyone else took a break, and me and Eli were playing some.
You forget, I didn't even have a guitar. I had a banjo. Oh. The first song we ever played together was "Let It Be," and I had an extended banjo solo, and I still don't, but I didn't play the banjo very well, so I played all of the wrong notes. And somehow Hunter was like, yeah, I should be in a band with this kid who doesn't play the banjo very well.
I didn't have the best ear back then.
Well, there must have been something there that kind of sparked everything else. So now, has the music kind of always been in your guys' repertoire, in your guys' souls, if we want to go that deep? Yep,
for
there
the
you go.
radio, I did a dramatic pose there.
Exactly.
Jeez.
What do you mean by being? Are we talking about just music in
Have
general?
they just been?
Just kind of, you always wanted to play music, either, in choir or with a band or,
Yeah, I mean,
whatever it was.
I've been in band and music and stuff since 6th or 5th grade. I've always been interested in singing and playing, and yeah.
I used to be tone deaf. As Dennis used to be a drummer for me in another band. It was bad. It was, I think we were called A Tragedy in Progress, and we were this rock band, and I could not sing rock very well.
Okay.
So basically I just sang everything in my falsetto. So it's like, here we are now, entertain us.
It was
And
actually
it was terrible.
it was actually a
it was
tragedy
super
in
funny.
progress.
It was actually, yes, a tragedy in progress. So I mean, I don't know. I always have had, friends who are musicians. Dennis has always been this kind of musically gifted kid.
Scary.
He is a little bit
He is
scary.
very scary.
We love him. Anyway, so I mean, I've always hung out with musicians, and I've kind of, I kind of just wanted to know what the heck they were talking about with all this, music business. These, well, that's, a diminished chord, that's a tritone, and I'm like, what's
minor
going
seventh.
on?
Minor seventh
yeah.
art's actually a thing, but still.
Anyway, could be chord. Anyway, so I mean, I just kind of started playing just to be one of the cool kids,
Okay.
being like my musician buddies, I suppose. And then it kind of became my thing, and I started, writing songs as kind of just, I don't know. I like to think it's my specialized therapy. I'm saving tons of money on a therapist.
Hey, music can be therapy. It's also the great connector of the world and
Oh,
the...
yeah. Music's very powerful.
Oh, yes. Oh, very, very, very. And now, Hunter, you said you were kind of in choir and stuff like that. Was that more of you had to sign up for choir in 5th grade, or you had to sign up for band? One of the two,
Yeah,
try it
that
out,
was,
and then
like,
you just fell in love
I
with
was
it?
in both, though, but I mean, ever since I was probably 5 or 6, I was singing all the time in the shower and all over the place in my car with my parents, and my parents love to sing. My brother likes to sing too, Colton, little shout out. But yeah, I've got some family that has a karaoke party every summer, and I just took the stage. I didn't let anyone else come on.
Hey,
I was ready to hurt someone
he
that came
sang
on.
country. So
Oh yeah, I was a fan of country back then, so
let's make fun of him.
that's the reason Eli didn't like
Nothing
me.
No,
like against country
now are we
fans.
talking kind of outlaw country, Johnny Cash,
Oh,
maybe
yeah,
a little
was
Elvis
it-
Presley?
all
Or-
this. I mean, anything before 2003, Garth Brooks, Waylon Jennings, Johnny Cash, Merle Haggard, all that sort of stuff.
I've
Okay.
been misled then. I was told he sang honky tonk badonky donk.
Yeah,
But
I did do that. Too.
I am also I don't know. I would say that the country music now isn't country music then.
No, not at all. Country music now is bad pop to me.
Well, yeah,
But I do. I'd still. I'm
there are some country stars or artists that I really like.
very still country.
Casey Musgraves.
Never heard of them.
She's super cool.
Girl? Oh, it's a girl. Okay.
Anyway. So I mean, yeah, there's definitely. I mean, every genre you've got really great music going
Exactly.
on. So
Exactly.
it's just I don't.
And both of us, we love all sorts of kinds of music. I mean, ever since I was little, I've been listening to older music and newer music. And Eli's more of the hipster type that likes to
I'm not gonna say.
find older.
the
weird
avant-garde
bands.
music that...
Yeah,
that
the,
no one
the
else
one where
listens
the one where they start taking like kazoos and making
Yeah, and
make
just
a band
making
out of it.
harmonies with
There you go.
kazoos.
You heard
So
that
you'd
song.
probably have a field day in our music library then.
I've never been, but I would love to. Yeah, I'd love to go. I would say that our band is kind of weird
How
in
so?
that Dennis is a classical music fan.
He is. He,
Okay.
he
He
just writes a
listen-
bunch of classical music parts.
He like blasts classical in his car, and I come up, in whatever song I've written, he'll come up with like a kind of classical piano part, and then Hunter, you've got this like classic rock,
Classic rock.
or like Sinatra.
Oh yeah, I
And
love
when-
Frank Sinatra.
When you start drumming, you kind of go jazz just because you played jazz.
Yeah,
for
that's
years.
pretty much all I've done with drums, and I like playing in rock bands too. But
So
That's
yeah,
my
we get a
Doppler
weird
side.
mix because it's kind of my I don't know, I'm kind of folksy on the guitar, and then it's classic rock on the drums or jazz on the drums, and then it's classical on the piano, and It turns out to be a weird mix when there's everybody all together.
Okay, so you don't really kind of follow into one genre or the other. You're
No,
just
we're
kind of
just all over the place.
we're just here.
We
Here,
had
listen to us.
We had a heck of a time. We played up in the Winnipeg Folk Festival on like their young performers deal,
Okay.
and they had a little section for like what genre you were, and we're just like, well crap.
Took about a month to figure out.
We put indie. We put
indie folk rock or
indie
whatever.
folk rock. We weren't sure.
We had no idea.
We should really.
We should figure that out.
Yeah, we should. We'll flip a coin.
Well, you don't have to figure that out now.
No.
Wait until you get a record deal, and
Exactly,
then
then we
they
can
need to
figure it
if
out.
there's any
Categorize
record
you.
labels or managers or anything out there, hey, I make excellent cookies, so you should hire us because that'd be nice.
I'll give you some name drops after the show.
Really?
Ooh, awesome.
There you go. And now, do you guys kind of have another song coming up for
Well,
us?
I figure we might as well play Autumn Leaves
Might
because
as
we've
well.
been talking about it
No,
nonstop.
I know it is awesome.
This is. I kind of worked out an arrangement knowing that we were going to do this set kind of acoustically. Normally, the bit I'm playing on the guitar is played by the piano.
I usually play on
I
the piano.
play bass, and then Hunter kind of plays drums.
No, Dennis plays drums. You said Hunter.
You guys
Good
are kind
job.
of the same.
Yeah. But I mean, walking in band and choir and stuff, I'd plunk on the piano and I came up with this melody sort of thing and showed it to Eli and Dennis and they thought it was pretty cool. So we kind of made a song
I
out
thought
of
it was all right. No, I'm just kidding. This is probably the coolest melody. I don't know. I'm in love with the melody. I've actually started covering this song that Hunter wrote. Like, if Hunter's not around, I'll be playing it.
All right. Eli and Hunter are here on 91.3 KUWS.
Fall back to autumn when you were so lonesome, chasing the ghosts in your mind. You were the best thing that I've ever gotten. You were my reason and why.
Love, I remember your past is an ember. Remember the way we cared. Love, I remember those nights spent together. Remember, my love, don't fade.
The wind started blowing and winter is coming to take you away. All that I'm asking is please don't forget me. Remember me in your own way.
Love, I remember your past is an ember. Remember the way we cared. Love, I remember those nights spent together. Remember, my love, don't fade.
Fall back to memories scattered around her, looking like leaves of a kind. How can I love you when I cannot see you? You know that true love is blind.
Love, I remember your past is an ember. Remember the way we cared. Love, I remember those nights spent together. Remember, my love, don't fade. Remember, my love, don't fade.
another beautiful song by Hunter there on the main vocals, and Eli kind of throwing in some harmonics. And Eli, that was some fancy guitar work
Oh,
there.
jeez Louise.
His fingers hurt off.
Oh,
after
yeah,
that
it's
one.
a hard, like, I came up with that arrangement and I knew I was going to hate it. It sounds really nice. Like it's an accurate arrangement of, like, you know, all the parts, you know, the drums and the bass, that part that goes, I have a little bass drop in there that I try to play on the guitar. And it's really difficult. And so I screwed up like 4 times, and you guys will just have to forgive me. But yeah, I did my best. And I don't know, that song's really interesting in that the main chord progression is all chromatic. It's just do 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 do
Yeah.
do 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 do. Anyway, which is really fascinating. I think it's really cool. It's
Yeah,
kinda
I'm a fan.
fascinating. So I mean, yeah, putting that and then the melody over that was a challenge for me, but I came up with an arrangement
overcame.
eventually. Yeah, it was either that or we bring in a piano, which Hunter is a hard time finding.
Yeah, I don't actually have a keyboard. I've got an actual piano, but I'm pretty sure that might not fit in here.
I don't know. Maybe it would have gone sideways.
Yeah,
in
I'd
the
have to
quality.
kind of sideways.
Yep. Something.
That'd be
something
something
like
Elton John would do, don't you think? Glue a piano to the wall and just play like
Oh, boy.
straight forward.
Did he actually do that?
I don't know. Sounds like something. He'd
Sounds
do.
like something. Yeah.
We'll ask Everett. I'm sorry. Our friend Everett is a huge Elton
He
John
loves
fan.
Elton John.
And Cher.
Jeez.
Anyway,
All right. Hey, two great musicians. So, and now you guys kind of mentioned a little earlier that you're in other bands, or you have been in other bands. Have those bands kind of shaped what you guys have got going on now, or
It's-
is it really just kind of separate little
Kind of
stuff?
tells us what not to do. It was,
Okay.
I don't know. I've always felt like the Eli Hunter Band has kind of been the main project that I've got going on. I sing, plenty of duets with people.
oh
Or,
yeah, we put Eli Hunter Band at first in front of everything.
yeah,
Yeah,
more or less.
more or less.
I don't know. Because we got a lot of originals. I do write a fair amount of songs. I think I've got like 40 or something of these songs that I've been kicking around, and so I mean, this is the only band that I like gig with that
Yeah.
I'll play shows.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Yeah, this is definitely my primary band. I play a lot, like local, coffee shops or variety shows. A lot of people ask me to play guitar for them just because, I don't know, I'm one of the few in our school.
Yeah, there's not a lot of good guitarists in our school. There's a lot of guitarists. But
Oh, come
I'm
on,
just
be
kidding.
nice.
I love everyone.
Yeah, and you get asked to play piano a bunch.
Oh yeah, piano and drums.
Okay. All right. So it's kind of like your own band, but you're also asked to accompany other things as well.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we were kind of a collective, but we're the body of the collective.
Yeah.
We had like a little house band, kind of, for the variety show.
Okay. And now you kind of mentioned kind of coffee shops and variety shows. Is that kind of Two Harbors, the kind of Duluth area?
Well,
I mean-
we play both in Two Harbors and Duluth and everywhere in between. I mean, we've got 3 or 4 main spots that we go
Okay.
back again and again, and then a couple that once they see us, they kind of just don't really invite us back. Just kidding.
Well, I don't know. That's not true. We've got invited back from like every place.
Oh yeah.
Except for, I don't know. I still need to talk to the Beaners guy.
Oh yeah.
We
Oh,
played a show there once, and it went really, really well.
That's my favorite place to play.
Yeah, it's great because they've got their own stage. Otherwise, we're just setting up in a restaurant somewhere. We have actually a standing gig almost, about a monthly, at the Lighthouse at Emily's, which is in Knife River, right in between the Duluth and Two Harbors. But yeah, I don't know. We've played a fair amount in Duluth.
Oh yeah.
Played at Sir Ben's.
Sir Ben's and
I was gonna play at Amazing Grace like as a show, but then we had to cancel it because I had something else.
yeah.
All right. Well, so it kind of sounds like you guys are kind of gigging around and stuff like that. Where do you want this band to go? I mean, do you want it to shoot all the way to the top and beyond, or are you kind of content? Like
We kind of
where
want to
it's
be that hipster band that someone else searches up us.
I don't know. To be honest, I would love to play music and go on the road and tour and do all that stuff. I don't know. It'd be really hard because I mean Dennis and I are seniors, Hunter's a junior,
Yep.
so we have this year gap where
They're going to college next year. I'm gonna have to gig by myself and pretend like I can play the guitar.
I'll teach you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would love to. To be honest, I'd love to record an album. I mean, just get some of these songs that are just all on my iPod right now. Just see what people think. Whether or not they like them.
But that's the thing is there's so many other awesome, great musicians out there, and it's a huge competition for who sounds better, who plays better, who has more fancy chords, fancy everything like that. And it's difficult to, make a living. I don't know much about it, but make a living in music.
Right. Do you kind of feel, how has the community kind of reacted to your music? You kind of said that you've gotten kind of a mixed bag of reactions.
Not from the community.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, our community's been really great.
Very supportive.
I think that's one of my favorite things about such a small town. I mean, when we have that gig at when we have that gig at Emily's, we have it's a little get together.
Yep.
I mean, we have all our families and some of our friends from school come and show up, and we have our math teacher and our Spanish teacher. So I don't know. I really don't think there's been any sort of mixed bag, and I mean, maybe I've just felt like we've been really greatly received, I suppose, by
Except
the community.
the name. People think that it's one person, Eli Hunter.
And it's really two of us. It's me, Eli, and
Hunter
Tim Hunter.
Band. Hunter McCullough.
I
Eli
suppose
Eagle.
if we ever record an album, I think we're gonna have to change that.
Yeah.
And
Well, you got to put an "and" in there, like
Hunter,
Tegan
Eli,
and
Hunter Band.
Sarah.
Yeah. Yep.
Eli and Hunter. There you go. Or Hunter and Eli.
Yeah.
You can
Eli
duke
comes
that out
first.
later.
It's
but-
alphabetical.
It is alphabetical.
The Hunter Eli band just sounds dumb.
See, that's why we don't put Dennis's name in there, is because it would come first.
It'd come first, and I must come
Yes,
first.
yes. Eli has to come first.
Of course. The front man has to have his glory.
Exactly. Writes most of the songs.
Yeah, I write. The only way I'd be a front man is just because I'm the only one who can memorize all the lyrics.
So it sounds like you guys kind of have a really good repertoire, a back and forth of kind of joking and then kind of a serious kind of note of, hey, we got to get this song or hash this song out. Is that kind of what happens during band practice? You just
Band
kinda,
practices are horrible.
Don't start
Don't
me on
bring up
band
band
practices.
practices.
See, the problem is when you get Hunter and Dennis in the same room. They're both fantastic musicians. I want to practice.
We want to play ping pong and eat. That's our goals.
Yeah, they come to
We
my
raid
house,
his fridge.
and I have a foosball table and a ping pong table, and so they eat all my food. They play all my ping pong. They break all my ping pong balls, and they play foosball a lot. And then sometimes I'll get them to practice, and that's kind of nice. And then sometimes they just turns into random jam sessions.
Totally, yeah. Total
I mean-
random chords, total random harmonies. We try to clash with each other as much as possible.
Okay.
It frustrates
Yes,
me,
yes.
but to be honest, it happens occasionally, very rarely. I mean, it's mostly fun for all, and it's when we have to, when we actually have to practice.
Yeah, we know when to be serious and when to be fun. Sometimes we take the fun into the serious side, but
we do a cover of Layla by Eric Clapton, and Hunter sings lead because he can hit the high note. And he sings the high note and he goes Layla, and then he just
hold it
stops.
there.
He just stops, looks at us, and we're both like sitting there, Hunter on drums and myself on guitar, and it's just kind of like
Dennis on
check.
drums.
Dang it! I keep
You
calling
keep
you.
doing
I'm
that.
sorry. And we just look at him and like, all right, are we gonna start anytime soon? And he'll make some jokes, make like a topical reference on
Yeah.
the weather or whatever.
Why did the bear walk into the bar?
And then he'll go la, and then we have to start back up again.
All right. I might have to have you guys close out with that song because now I'm intrigued.
no, I'm not
Oh,
doing
boy.
it. I don't remember all the chords to the verse. I just like kind of.
He kind of
I
chugs along.
can't-
I'm the
He plays piano.
I'm the rock. I'm the anchor on the piano.
I was thinking
Alright.
of closing with Ophelia.
Oh yeah, Ophelia. That's a quality song.
All right. Sounds good. And now, what kind of impression are you guys thinking of leaving on the music scene, either in, Two Harbors, the Duluth community, or, elsewhere?
Hey, remember those guys? They were really good.
They were at one point in time. They were wonderful.
Oh, and that guitarist was really good looking.
Yeah, and the drummer / piano is actually the hottest guy ever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's basically.
Oh, that
the impression.
guitarist guy. He can actually sing.
But no, I mean, I really want to encourage other people to get into music because it's like
Yeah.
a second language. It's just, it really, like I said before, music is very powerful, and I just want other people to get into music. And
Oh, yeah. That's
yeah.
true. I mean, if I had a legacy, it would be everybody should probably play a little bit of something.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
because it's.
doesn't matter if you're good or not. It's a way to release stress. It's a way to, it's just a lot of fun.
All right. Do you guys have a favorite venue that you like to play at? I mean, obviously you kind of play at Emily's, which is kind of a restaurant-y kind of bar area. Is it more of like a
ton
coffee
of fun
shop?
to play
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Sometimes Hunter's dad
He's
has a couple to drink, and he's really, really funny.
he's awesome.
And I mean, it gets a little bit rowdy in there because we play all our fast songs and we're chugging
And everyone's
away.
dancing and
We're going as fast as we possibly can, and we'll bump up like the beats per minute or whatever to like 200 or whatever. Something really fast, and everybody's having a good time. So I mean, I don't know. I've had some really great times at Emily's.
what did my dad say to you one time? He said, if
I
you
were
a
teenage girl, I would date that man. And this is in the middle of a song, and I go, yeah.
I almost threw up. It was disgusting.
I don't think he remembers that.
No problem.
Otherwise, he'd be awkward around me, I'm sure.
Okay, I can only imagine a big burly guy saying that.
Yep.
All right. And now, how many songs do you have left to showcase for us?
6 total.
5, I thought.
Or was it 5? It's 5 total.
5 total? All right.
So yeah, I was wondering if I could play one more
Yes, of course.
of
More
mine.
of his and then no duet of
Are you
ours.
singing harmony on this one?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, we are. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, some of these songs have been saying either we're gonna add harmonies or take them away, just because it's it's a different thing, it's a different feel.
cool.
This one's called "Works for the Mountains,"
Okay.
and I don't know, it's a mining song because I come from a mining town. Everybody does here. Up
Well,
here,
here,
all of
the
our,
Northland.
all of our cities are built on the bones of the mines and
Yep.
everything like that, and so yeah, this one's a story. I've recently started writing a lot of songs that are stories, and this one's well, you pay attention to the words, you'll figure it out.
You know, you'd be a good country singer. Just tell
Maybe
stories.
old time country.
Yeah.
I love Johnny Cash just as
Oh, yeah.
much as the next
Oh, yeah.
man.
Exactly.
Eli and Hunter here on 91.3 KUWS.
In the meadow where you cried beneath your family tree that your late grandfather planted in 1933. You went and asked the skies above, well, why'd he have to leave? The sky was so damn quiet then when there were answers that you'd need. Your father works for the mountains, your father works for the hills, your father worked for the company, and he worked till he was killed. Auction off your memories and spend it all on gin, and let your mother lock the windows and bolt herself in, and try your best to forget ever screaming at the moon. In all your rage and bitter calm, you acted much too soon. Your father works for the mountains, your father works for the hills, your father works for the company, and he worked till he was killed. And in the meadow where you cried beneath that family tree that your late grandfather planted in 1933, and say your prayers and go to sleep and forgot my words. Yeah, of course. Your father works for the mountains, your father worked for the hills, Your father worked for the company, and he worked till he was killed.
Well, rats.
Another wonderful, wonderful song by Eli and Hunter. They're hailing from Two Harbors, Minnesota, my neck of the woods, to be precise, actually. So thank you so much for that song. It's a wonderful old mining song.
I suppose so. I forgot. Yeah, that was a bit of a mess, but it's all right.
Here's one of the first rules of show business. Never apologize for messing up, because nobody knows that you actually messed up, unless, of course, you
I
give
was
light
making
to
a
it, so.
joke. I'm perfect.
He is actually flawless.
I'm flawless. No.
But that's my word.
Yeah, I don't. It was. Yeah, it's it's a fun little song. I think that's probably our most recent.
Yeah, probably our most recent addition to the repertoire of the Eli Hunter Band.
Every song has 3 phases, 4 kind of. It's when I start writing and it's kind of like half finished. When I'm done writing it, when I first show it to the band, and then about 2 months later when we actually get around to learning it. And that song's actually went through that fairly fast because it's 1 chord the entire time. So yeah, that song didn't take very long, but we got it figured out.
Exactly.
All right, sounds good. And now you said that you have a duet to kind of close out the show with us today. But how can people get a hold of you? Guys, girls,
girls.
whatever.
Girls.
Yeah, Hunter's single. Well, so am I. But,
yeah, we're available. Facebook, the Eli Hunter Band. We got a Facebook page. I'm not going to give out our private cell phone numbers, but maybe for the ladies out there, you know, contact me on our Facebook page.
You can put something on the Facebooks. If you like email, I have an email. It's efhebel@gmail.com, and I'll take it from there.
And now, just to give light, you guys are still in high school.
Yeah.
Yes, he's a
All right.
senior. Yeah, I'm a junior.
So-
Hey, I'm just saying that so the listeners know.
Yeah.
No 40-year-old ladies,
No.
unless you know.
Yeah, that'd be kind of
You know.
I mean-
Eli's kind of into that.
No, I'm not.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Weirdo. Yeah, no, we're definitely still in high school. So I suppose we can't play at that many bars. I don't know what the rule is. Can we play at bars?
I think 18 you can play at bars. I think that's
18
well,
you
it looks
can.
like we're leaving you at home.
Yeah.
What are you, 16, 17?
16.
He's young.
I'm a youngin'.
He's a little kid.
I've got a pretty face.
Man, you're making me feel old. All right, this is coming to a close. I'm feeling too old this afternoon. This stops.
All right.
All right.
One last song to close out.
Yes,
is,
of course.
This is actually a cover. We generally we close out with a cover. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I always do that.
All right.
And this song we learned up in Canada.
Yep. This
It's
is
up at the
our.
Winnipeg Folk Festival.
And now, actually, before we leave here, how was the Winnipeg Folk
It
Festival?
was
amazing.
so awesome. Great experience. I think it was 5 days up there. There was probably 7 or 8 different stages
Okay.
and several hipster and mainstream. I'm going to use those words because I can. Folk bands and rock artists and funk artists. They just played at all those stages, and we had backstage passes, and we could go meet the people. We could go listen, and then
The cello player from the Abbott Brothers touched my shoulder.
he was so pumped.
And I got a picture with the milk carton kids. I had a great time.
He had a great
And now,
time. We all had a good
how
time.
did you guys get involved with that? Was it an
My
invite
dad,
or?
No,
my
Eli's
dad saw
dad.
something online, like you can apply to
Okay.
play up here as a young artist, and we sent in our little
A little snippet of.
some of our songs, and somehow we got in. And apparently they never accept groups and never people from Merca, so just because it's kind of like a local thing is
Okay,
what it's
okay.
supposed to be. But somehow we got in.
No, there was one other person from Iowa there. It was, but other than that, it was all Canadians.
But yeah, we got to play with a bunch of young artists our age, and they were amazing.
They were all awesome. It was
Yeah.
a great experience.
Good deal. But you know what? We're from northern Minnesota. We're close enough to Canada.
We basically are
basically
Canada.
We
Yeah,
are.
Minus
all.
the
we are the Canada of the United States.
Yes,
With less
Canada.
A and less maple syrup.
Yes,
Less
we'll go with
meese.
that.
Less moose is too.
There you go.
All right, so this is Ophelia. This is a song by the band.
All right. Well, Eli and Hunter have been in
Alright.
studio with me this afternoon. 91.3 KUWS. I was your host, Simply C. This was the 9 o'clock meltdown. Thank you guys so much for coming in and showcasing your wonderful Everly Brothers, Simon Garfunkel-ish music. And good luck to you in the future with all your endeavors, college for you, Eli, and senior year for you as well, Hunter.
Thank you very much.
All right, Eddie,
Oh, yeah.
let's give this a shot.
Board on the window, mail by the door. Why would anybody leave so quickly for, like Ophelia? Tell me, where have you gone?
The old neighborhood just ain't the same. Nobody knows just what became of Ophelia. Come on home. Was it something that somebody said? Mama, I know I broke the rules. Was somebody up against the law?
Honey, you know I'd die for you.
Ashes of laughter, the coast is clear. Why do the best things always disappear like Ophelia? Won't you darken my door? They got your number, scared of running, but I'm still waiting for my second coming of Ophelia. Won't you come on home? Was it something that somebody said? Mama, I know I broke the rules. Was somebody up against the law?
Honey, you know I'd die for you.